Good morning, friends. There is a new concept introduced in the syllabus of class 12th economics, that is demonetization. And we know demonetization happened in India recently on 8th November 2016. And before that, also in two occasions, demonetization introduced in India. One in January 1946, currency notes of 1000 rupees and 10,000 rupees demonetized. Then, secondly, in 1978, by the then Prime Minister Sri Morarji Desai, demonetized currency notes of 1000 rupees, 5000 rupees, and 10,000 rupees. And the latest demonetization is on 8th November 2016. Before we discuss about what are the purpose or what are the benefits and also the demerits of demonetization, what is the meaning of demonetization? When a currency unit, say 100 rupees notes or 500 rupees or 200 rupees or 1000 rupees, whatever it may be, is stripped of its status as legal tender, then we call it as demonetization. So, what is demonetization? When a currency unit is stripped of its status as legal tender, then we say that this has been demonetized. And for what purpose? There are a number of purposes. We know now the 21st century, digital transactions are carrying on all over the world, and we also have to promote digital transactions. So that is one purpose of demonetization. Then to reduce the flow of black money, then to bring more and more people into the tax net and thereby increase the tax revenue of the government. That is another objective. Then to reduce the illegal activities, terrorism funding, and also funding for insurgency. Then to reduce the flow of counterfeit currency, and also to make the people more and more accountable, especially government servants. So these are the important objectives by which a country is implementing demonetization. Now, what are the benefits of demonetization? If we move to demonetization, or if we look into demonetization, after that, what are the advantages that we have received? One benefit is that the flow of black money got reduced. People were getting income from different sources illegally. Now all are accountable, digital transactions promoted through net banking, through POS system or other payment wallets, etc. And also PFMS introduced in government institutions, government organizations. So the flow of black money got reduced. Secondly, counterfeit currency. New currency introduced of 500 and also 2000 notes. As a result, what happened? Lot of security features are there for this, and nobody can copy that. To certain extent, it may be possible, but completely nobody can print counterfeit currency. And thirdly, The funding for illegal activities, insurgency, and terrorism got reduced after the demonetization of 2016. And fourthly, digital transactions got promoted. So many people are nowadays using cashless payments and other payments, digital transactions, whatever method possible, e-wallets, net banking facility, and other payment mode they are using, cashless economy. And finally, the tax revenue of the government increased. Tax revenue now for everything there is a certain percentage tax, whether direct tax or indirect tax. And the people direct tax they are making the payment on various sources of income, and indirect tax because of the introduction of GST also. Indirect tax also increased, government's revenue increased. And one more benefit of demonetization is that the banks' creditworthiness and also their capital increased. And people had, after demonetization, people had to deposit their income with the banks, their money, cash, the demonetized money with the banks. And in this way, the deposits promoted, whether fixed deposit or current deposit, that increased. So banks are now in a very strong position to give advances to those people who want in big amounts. So these are the benefits of demonetization. I repeat, the digital transactions promoted, got reduction in the black money, reduction in counterfeit currency, reduction in the flow of money for terrorism and insurgency, and also the tax base of the government increased, banks' liquidity position improved. So these are the important benefits or merits of demonetization. At the same time, there are certain demerits also. We know when demonetization introduced, it was very difficult to make the people understand what are the purpose for which it has been implemented. Then secondly, the promotion of digital transactions is not so easy. First of all, people will have to be educated. They should have internet facility and computer facility or the smartphone facility. And thirdly, the additional cost of the government to print nearly 86% of the currency in circulation got demonetized. And that is to be compensated by printing the new currency. Crores and crores of rupees the government of India had to spend to print the new currency notes, additional expenses for the government. And also, the people are to be motivated. So it was very difficult to implement demonetization and also the digital payment system in letter and spirit. So these are the few demerits of demonetization. But overall we can say the advantages of demonetization are far better than the disadvantages of demonetization. So these are the important points about the demonetization introduced on 8th November 2016. And the important questions which may come from this area. What do you mean by demonetization or define demonetization? What is the date on which demonetization introduced in 2016? Which are the currency denominations that got demonetized in November 2016. Briefly explain the purpose for which demonetization is introduced. Briefly explain the benefits of demonetization and what are the demerits of demonetization. Or question may come in another way. Compare the benefits of demonetization with the demerits of demonetization. Demonetization in India has led to more advantages than disadvantages. Illustrate. So these are the important questions that may come from this area. So I think that the concept is clear, and if at all question in any form comes, you will be able to write, and good luck for the exam